is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Go.
Oh, he can't hear you. Go ahead, Newy.
Newy.
All right, here we are on a Friday here at the Funtown RV tailgate.
There we go.
Here on a Friday. I got that.
All right. First time, baby.
And we're outside again.
Beautiful,
Here
though.
at the Tostitos Championship Plaza at Ford Center.
I can't beat it.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
beat it. We got the high school
And
highlights
it's
going on.
nice. It is nice out here.
It is.
If you've never been to the Ford Center, there's a beautiful football field right here as you enter the building, and people come and they play all the time. And I don't know yet. I got to ask. But in December, they do a show, and you've seen the show. They do that where they it's like the Rockettes and everything.
I don't think they're doing it out here this year, but they're going to do it though. They're going to do it.
So the rhythm and blues team comes out there. My friend Jenny Durbin puts that thing on, man. It's tight, man. It's tight.
The cheerleaders out there putting on the show. They do everything out there. It's nice.
So I hate that they won't have that, man. I hate that. I hate
cool.
because it's a heck of a show.
It's not that safe, but yeah. I hate that they're not having it as well.
Okay. Let's work for you.
Yeah.
All right, my headsets aren't working here, so you had to cut me a little bit of slack. I'm gonna take it off right here so I can hear you because I can still hear you guys.
Okay.
Cowboys, by the way, this is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter. Barry Church down there at the end. Danny McCray, two former Dallas Cowboys safeties. Sunday Night Football on NBC. Mike McCarthy said today that unless Andy has some type of practice tomorrow, it's going to be the Ben DiNucci show against the Philadelphia Eagles, the rookie 7th-round draft pick out of James Madison. You guys are former defensive players. When you saw a rookie come into the game as a quarterback, what were your thoughts?
Well, hopefully, this doesn't happen to my guy DiNucci out there. But I mean, when we saw rookie quarterbacks coming in, it was like licking your chops out there, man. I mean, you knew, especially if they had to throw. Like if it was, they were down 14 or 21 points or something like that, and they had to throw to get back in the game, and now you see a rookie quarterback coming in there, I mean, you're licking your chops. You know that you're going to get something. He's going to throw at least something to you. And the thing about that is if you can disguise, if you can, get him off his game early, because when you're a rookie quarterback, you're thinking about a lot of things. You got this huge D-line coming at you. You got linebackers barking out commands while you're up there. I mean, you got the secondary messing with your head over there playing, maybe it's 3, maybe it's too high. I mean, you never know. So as a defensive back coming out there, we used to disguise, and we would love licking our chops to see a young quarterback coming out there. But, hopefully, Ben, got a little bit of moxie to him. Hopefully he comes in there and takes command of the huddle, because this is huge for him. I mean, I know a lot of us didn't want this going into the season. We didn't want to have to get down to our third-string quarterback. But, I mean, this is huge for him. This could be one of his, this could be his moment. And hopefully he's able to take advantage of it.
I knew he was going to get into some positivity and the Kool-Aid before he finished up his take.
Yes.
But listen, if you are on defense and you see this guy coming in, this is when we used to play like Eli Manning. Rob Marinelli used to say, "Hey, this is the game where we're going to start getting our turnovers, right? Because we couldn't find a way to get turnovers, so we would find quarterbacks to hype us up and say, look, this guy right here, he'll throw you one, right? So I think right now their defense is like, listen, if you want to get you some, and we already discussed this, if you want to have a career day, you show up against the Cowboys.
The get-right game.
So it's the get-right game. I hope it doesn't happen because, like I said, I play for the Cowboys and I love the Cowboys. But if I'm being realistic, these guys are licking their chops and they waiting to see who gets the first interception.
But it's definitely, he has one thing working in his advantage. There's not a lot of tape out on him. I mean, he threw the ball, maybe 3 or 4 times last week in Washington. He was under duress. I mean, it wasn't a good showing by far. But what Philly doesn't have, they don't have a lot of tape on him. And we saw that, help an advantage when Andy Dalton came on the field after Dak went down. He came on the field. There was no tape. The defenses weren't prepared for Andy Dalton. And he came up there and lit him up. I mean, the next week, we saw once you got that tape on them, they would kind of corral them. But
It's
the
the
one
Giants,
thing
dude.
that's
It's the Giants,
It's
dude.
Philly.
I
We acting
wouldn't-
like Philly's the
I wouldn't-
85 Bears.
I
or
wouldn't
something.
say lit him up, but he made some. He
was
made some
9 of
passes.
11.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
9 of 11, drove him down the
yeah,
field,
yeah.
got him in the position.
Led 2 scoring.
Yeah,
drives.
yeah. I saw you. He did. He did
I
what
think
he
that's lighting him
he
up.
did what he was supposed to do, and they won the game against who?
The Giants.
Okay, all right.
Who are
a
we
team
going
that
against
was
this week?
winless.
Philly?
Philly's
Y'all
better.
act like
Philly's better than New York.
Everybody's better than New York, but Philly, y'all acting like Philly's, the 85 Bears,
he said
the
everybody.
17 Jacksonville Jaguars or something.
So everybody's better. Oh, we did beat them. On the floozy little play. But yeah, everybody's better than New York.
All right.
We are so much better than them. That's crazy.
Hey, Shannon, can you give me some of that Jack Black? Give me some of that Jack Black.
Oh, what up, Shannon?
Yeah, what's going on, Shannon?
Y'all didn't even recognize. See, I recognized you. I saw you right there when you came up there. You guys didn't recognize
I
Shannon.
saw Shannon when he
civilian
walked through.
clothes, man. I didn't see it. I couldn't recognize him, man.
No,
Come on,
listen,
man.
you're right. I got to listen to Church over here hype up Danucci. That's what's wrong.
Hey, see, here we go again. See? Let's go.
Shannon does one of the great podcasts here at DallasCowboys.com and just hanging out here as well with the family. Okay, so Church, I'm going to address this one to you.
Okay.
And the reason I'm addressing it to him is because
Please.
you played in the MAC, and that's a non-Power 5 school.
Yeah.
Ben DiNucci started off at Pitt, then transferred to James Madison, which is not. And this is below the MAC and below the Mountain West. We're talking about that next level, that FCS level is technically what they call it, where Carson Wentz ended up playing at North Dakota State. So, what's the adjustment when you come from a conference like that to the National Football League within your rookie year? Give me that baseline because you went through it.
Well, for me, the speed was the biggest thing. Because in the MAC, you got a lot of guys, you got some talent in the MAC, but you aren't touching the speed of the NFL. Like everybody, from the defensive line to the secondary to the linebackers, everybody's fast. You can't just outrun anybody in the National Football League. So for me, the biggest adjustment was the speed. And for him, I think it's going to be the speed of everybody, but also just trying to figure everything out on the fly. I mean, this is a guy who didn't have OTAs. He didn't have a long training camp. It was abbreviated training camp. Didn't have any preseason games under his belt. So he's going into a game right here just, off of a week of practice. And it's going to be hard for him to see all these adjustments. I'm sure they're going to bring the house on him. They're going to try to make him, flustered out there, try to make him get the ball out of his hands quick, decision-making quick. So for him, he's just going to have to stick to the game plan. If that means running the ball a lot, look your first option, your second option when throwing the ball, and then you might have to take off. Use that 21-mile-an-hour speed we're hearing about. But for me, he just can't make the game more complicated than it is. If you see cover 3 out there and it's not there open, man, just take off and run. I mean, you have nothing else to lose.
All right, so McCray, I'm going to put this one to you. We're talking Ben DiNucci, as we should. It's the starting quarterback. Here, it's going to be the starting quarterback. But how much is this really on Ben as much as it should be Kellen Moore coming up with a game plan that really protects him, that you don't want this kid out here trying to throw 50 passes on Sunday Night Football against Philadelphia?
Honestly, I think it's 50-50, but you also have to put Zeke in there. You have to put Coop in there because Kellen has to come up with a game plan that caters to DiNucci and the fact that he is a rookie and this will be his first start. He has to put that out there, and then Zeke has to go out there and hang on to the ball. Coop and Gallup and CD they will probably have to make a lot of contested catches, make some special catches. They will have to make some special plays because they are out here with a rookie quarterback, and the defense will have to turn over the ball or not let them score as much. So it's going to be a team game. But I'm putting 50-50. DiNucci has to go out there and execute the game plan that Kellen hopefully puts out there, and then the rest of the people around him have to do their job more than they had to when Dak was on the field or when Andy Dalton was on the field.
So is this the kind of game where the head coach, McCarthy, goes and finds 21 and says, hey, look, I need you to be the guy that's got the $90 million contract. I need you to carry this. Look, you're not going to have the regular line you're used to that made you an all-pro and a Pro Bowl player, but I need you to find a way. I need you to carry this thing for us.
I think that was last week. And unfortunately, when I came on the show earlier this week, that's why I said I was nervous because to me it looked like he was splitting carries with Tony Pollard. So is he going to 21 and 20, or are they putting this on 21's back? If it's me, that's what I'm doing. I'm telling Zeke, hey man, this is on you. As far as we go is as far as you take us. right? And I'm giving you everything you want. You need 25 carries, I'm giving you that, and we focusing this on you. We need you to hang on to the ball. We need you to lean, always fall forward, getting you 3 to 4 yards, and putting us in third and shorts. That's what we need from you, and I think that we'll be okay.
The quarterback's best friend is a running back, and that's your opportunity.
And we can't get frustrated with, man, we might be down 14. We cannot get away from the run still. I mean, we've seen it happen too many times this year where we start out slow and the other team kind of picks it up on us and we just leave the run, just throw it to the wayside. We can't do it at that. Today or this game coming up, we cannot lose focus of the run. Even if we get down a couple scores, we got to stay pounding the run because if we leave Danucci out there, I mean, the kid could get hurt. We got to lean on Zeke. We got to have that top back in the backfield to help us out this week.
And listen, once again, the running game in today's NFL consists more of just handing the ball off to Zeke. It also consists of quick outs. It consists of jailbreak screens. It consists of zone reads. It consists of more than just that. So it doesn't just have to be the elementary turnaround and give the ball to Zeke on counter, give the ball to Zeke on power. It has to be a creative type of running, right? So I want to see CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper come around on jet sweeps and get some carries. I want to see quick outs, some hitches from Amari Cooper, get the ball in their hands quick and let them see what they can do after. I want to see all that. That's an extension of the run game.
We could, and able to slow this rush down, to slow Brandon Graham and all those Cox and all those boys over there in Philadelphia, we could see some RPO action. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of it this year so far, but we could see some RPO action. Let Danucci see. I don't know if that might be a little bit too much on his plate. So. It might, now that I think about it, might be too much on his plate because he's going to have to read the defensive end, read the linebackers, and see how they're doing it as well as should I hand this off or should I pass the ball? So that might be a little bit too much on his plate, but. Right now, I mean, we need all the help we can get.
And the best way to get him acclimated to the game is get the ball out of his hand quick, easy, quick throws, right? Get him some confidence, let him know that he can actually get in there and make those plays, and then build off of that, right? So if you get the running game going, he start getting some short passes, defense starts sitting a little bit, trying to jump some stuff because there's a rookie quarterback and they thinking that they can get some picks off of him, and then you can go over the top with play action. I think that's just the flow of the game that you have to try to get figured out.
And as we're talking about the offense getting ready for this Eagles and Cowboy game, the group that I haven't spoken about enough that to me is going to be the most important here is the offensive line.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting with Jim Schwartz. He's bringing the house.
Pressure.
They're going to do some twists and things up there with Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and Benny Curry. I mean, they're going to do some different things here. And Zach Martin is supposed to be back. Mm-hmm. Zach Martin didn't reveal whether or not he might play a little right tackler, but he didn't. But Joe Looney could also be back.
That could be help as well.
So is Joe Looney going to be at guard or is he going to be at center? I mean, we don't know yet. Mike McCarthy keeps so much of this close to the vest, like a hockey coach. And I kind of laughed because he's sitting around here saying, well, unless Andy practices, I can't see him going. So, we're going to let the whole week play out. Then, of course, Jerry Jones goes on his show on 105. Yeah, Dalton will be back next week.
He should be back next week. Right?
which just took me back to, and Chris Beam remembers the days when Wade was here. And so, Uncle Wade sit there and had these press conferences and try and play coy with people. And we're like, yeah, man, Jerry already said that. And one time, man, it was some kind of player. I can't remember what player that they were trying to talk about that they were going to sign or release. And Wade was like, that hadn't happened yet. And we're like, Jerry already told us it did. And then Wade was like, okay, whatever Jerry said.
Oh man,
I think at one point he asked him a question in a press conference, and he asked before answering the question. What did Jerry say?
Sounds real similar to
yeah.
It's real similar to I haven't been in those meetings. We were talking about Earl Thomas.
I haven't been privy to those.
I don't know nothing about
meetings.
that.
Right, and so that's why I just laughed. So McCarthy's sitting here talking at 10:15 a day and trying to play coy, and then Jerry goes on 105 through the fan. And
we won't be seeing Dalton until next week.
Yeah, Dalton will be here next week. I'm laughing at that point, like, okay, where we go.
So do you believe it's 100% no chance that Andy Dalton is starting this week?
I don't think so. He hasn't. But he's not going to practice today.
No.
I think if he's, no matter if he practices or not, if he's cleared medically, I think that he'll start. If he's cleared.
Okay, and I'll say here's the most I think you'll see. Maybe in a backup role, which McCarthy did, say that he could back up Danucci.
Yeah.
But I don't see him. I mean, and plus when Jerry Jones goes out there on a radio show and says, "Yeah, we'll see Dalton, we'll see him next week." Like, okay,
I mean, honestly, if you're Andy Dalton, are you trying to rush back to get back to get behind that? I mean, I
don't know. You might get Looney back. You might get Zach Martin back. I mean,
this
will be the time. Listen, I hope he comes back. I hope he's healthy enough to get out there and play. If he's not, and he's the backup guy, I don't.
And it's time for Danucci.
I know you positive.
It's time.
I don't know how long Danucci is in the game.
It's Danucci's time.
I don't know how long he's going to be in the game if you have Andy Dalton sitting back there active as a backup.
It's Danucci's time. It's his time to roll.
It's going to be the Danucci show. Okay, yep. It's going to be him. When Jerry Jones comes out and says we'll see Andy Dalton next week, then
so you 100%. All right, cool.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, cool.
Having done this long enough, covered enough press conferences, and hear Jerry. I'm gonna go with Jerry.
All right,
and I'm not picking on McCarthy. This is just how it is. I've seen enough of these coaches come out here and tell us this, and then we go right around here and ask Jerry. I mean, that was the thing. Garrett would say things like, "Okay, hey, where's Jerry?" And as soon that was the beauty of Jerry showing up for training camp because we go get all our questions asked to Jerry. Because Jason would do what any coach is supposed to do, be vague and just kind of not really give you anything. Jerry gave it to me.
So what do you think about that, though?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that as a head coach and you got the owner out there, you're trying to hide something as a head coach, keep playing close to the vest, and then it doesn't matter because you can just go get the answers from the owner. What do you think about that? Outside looking in, not because you get the information from Jerry and it makes it a little easier and all that stuff.
Okay, I'll set it up for you two ways. And I used to say this about Jason Garrett. I never had any sympathy for Jason Garrett on these issues because he turned down the head coaching job in Atlanta and he turned down head coaching job in Baltimore to stay here. You knew what you were signing up for. You played here. You knew you were an assistant. You knew what it was.
This is true.
So this comes with the meal. And as far as Mike McCarthy goes, this guy was trying to get jobs, wanted a job. This comes with the meal. And by this time, Mike McCarthy been in the league long enough to understand and know how it works.
Not my question.
Everyone knows how it works. Do I have any sympathy for these guys? No, because they understand this is what it is. It's almost as though I hearken this back to the late George Steinbrenner. Everybody knew when they worked for the Yankees what the boss was going to say stuff, and you just had to deal with it. Now, Joe Torre in the book The Yankee Years, Joe Torre had an amazing way of dealing with George Steinbrenner and what he would say, and then how he would relate it to the players. So one time, George Steinbrenner's mad at his first baseman, Tino Martinez, and he's killing him in the papers, and George brings him in here. I don't need you to worry about that. You're my guy. You're going to be in the lineup, okay? Just do your job. You're going to be in the lineup. And I thought Jason did an excellent job in understanding, here's Jerry and what he'll say, and here's how I'll go about my business. And I thought he did a very good job in handling that. And I think, and I say this, because he was here as a player and as an assistant, he understood what it was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just asking, like, what do you think about it? Is it right? Is it wrong? Does it undercut you or whatever? Or is it just part of it? It's just part of it. How many other organizations does it happen in? I want to know, outside looking in, do you think that's does that hurt? Okay, thank you. That's what I'm asking. I don't want you to have no sympathy for him because it's been happening since Wade and all the previous stuff.
It's not ideal.
Okay.
But I go back to the but. This is what it is when you coach the Cowboys.
No,
exactly.
I know they understand it,
yeah.
but I'm asking, what do you think about it though? Like,
of
course, if you come here, you know what you're getting into. I got that. All right, that's absolutely fine. But as we talk about it, what do you think about it? It's not ideal.
It's not ideal, but at the same time, and Bill Parcells had a great line when he took the job here. He's like, "This is the big top." When he said the big top, it's the Cowboys. It's going to be big. There's going to be distracted. This is what it is. And I'm sure, Church, when you went to training camp, the first time you were there, you probably like, where's the media?
You talking about Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Oh, there's probably about 5 people. I'm over there thinking it's going down. They're like, all right, you got to come to the podium and do this little interview while I'm in Jacksonville. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm coming from Dallas. I'm thinking there's going to be like 20, 30 reporters there. I come in, it had to be about the size of a closet. And I go in there, I'm looking like, oh, all right, 2 or 3, reporters. I mean, it's just different.
You thought they was late?
Yeah, I'm like, well, maybe I must not be that popular or something. They must be waiting for somebody else. But
the first pro team I ever covered when I worked in Austin was the Cowboys, and then I went to co-cover Bill Belichick's Cleveland team.
Oh.
And I was just shocked. I was like, this is what training camp is? This is what this all the people is going to show. I'm like, I'm right here next to the. This it? I got a one-on-one. I mean, it was with the quarterback. It was just different. And so, when you're Mike McCarthy and you take this job and you've been in the league as long as Mike McCarthy's been, you understand this is it. The owner has a radio show, has a television show. He's going to speak his mind.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. And you have to figure out how you're going to manage it and how you're going to deal with it. Said same thing when you take the Yankees job, taking the Lakers job. When I worked out in Los Angeles, there were things that came with that job that you just had to deal with. But that was what made it that job. Oh, by the way, you got paid very well. Yeah. Everything isn't ideal, but this is what it is. And it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
So, as I said, I laugh when Mike McCarthy's trying to play coy about Andy Dalton and Jerry Jones goes and tells us what the real deal is over there.
He'll be back next week versus Pitt.
Right. Let's squeeze in a break here at the Funtown RV tailgate, in which we've been eating very well, and make sure I get it correct. At the Tostitos Championship Plaza at Ford Center. Since you all rode me yesterday, I'll make sure I get it right. I don't want to hear these shots coming from Chris Bean. This is the Players Lounge right here on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys fans. With Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery, cleaning your clothes has never been more convenient. Simply sign up at your local store, set out your dirty clothes, and one of our Tide Cleaners professionals will come directly to your home for a totally contactless experience. Your clean garments will be returned promptly the next scheduled delivery day, so skip the errand and enjoy life, not laundry. Visit TideCleaners.com or your local store to sign up for Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery today.
I'm Jay Novacek, former tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Back in the day, I was the guy who always got the tough yards, and that's why I run with John Deere today. In fact, I have a John Deere 3025E tractor that can handle any yard work I need to do, even the tough yards way out back. So if you have 1 acre or 1,000, John Deere has the equipment that's just right for you. Visit a John Deere dealer today and run with us. We are the official tractor provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
We're back with a tasty treat that's sweeping airwaves and taste buds. It's new Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda. Let's take a listen.
Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda's here. A new combo that's music to my ears, okay. Let's play. Cream Soda and Dr. Pepper time. Pour it in a glass of ice.
Music to my ears and mouth. New Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda.
A delicious duet.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Help your fellow Cowboys Nation fans in their fight against cancer by purchasing Dallas Cowboys Crucial Catch gear. Support a great cause and look good doing it. Visit your local Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop or shop DallasCowboys.com. Hi, everybody. Players Lounge. We have taken the show on the road here. We're right outside the Cowboys facility. This is the Tostitos Championship Plaza right here at Ford Center. Barry Church, Danny McCray, Newy Scruggs. So I get done with my spin class today. All right, was at the gym, get done riding the bike, and I check my phone. Calvin Watkins from the Dallas Morning News sent me a text.
What Calvin talking about?
Oh, I'll tell you what he's talking about.
All right, let's see what he's talking about.
4-10 against the spread last week. Just quit.
Talking about you.
Hey, hold on, man. See.
Yeah, let me finish it. I said, so I read the text right. I said, nope. Those picks were all made by Barry Church. Man. He talked about how good he was at picking games so much on the podcast, I let him do mine for the week. Then he says, you need to take it from him.
Man, so that's how we doing, man. That's how we doing, Calvin. I remember that. I will remember that because I was always there for Calvin when he needed an interview or something. Like I was always right there. Come to my locker.
So we know his
so
source.
You were that source.
He was the source.
You were that source.
Call me Mr. Anonymous, all right?
I'm
dropping dimes on everybody.
Way to out yourself.
I'm dropping dimes on everybody.
Hold on. What is you went 4-10? What are you supposed to say? Oh, optimism. Kool-Aid.
Drink some of that Kool-Aid, man.
Well, the thing was, though, he was getting on Newy. He didn't even know it was you.
But we wasn't even talking about the spread. The spread was something that wasn't even a part of it.
No, I told you at the time.
He made the picks on the spread.
And at the time, I said, look, we ain't talking about dubs. We talking about dubs and L's. We ain't talking about the spread.
You made the picks, bro.
That's all right, because I'm going to still be right about my NFC East prediction. So all good.
Just one, as long as you get that one pick right,
that's it. That's the only pick that matters. That's the only pick.
And last week, you lost that pick.
It's all good. See, it's negativity I'm around each and every day.
You're going to lose that pick this week, too.
So I ain't going to lose it again.
Let me just put it into perspective here, okay? Because this is a thing. This is the true test, all right? Church, this is what you did last week against the other selectors in the Dallas Morning News. Mm-hmm. David Moore was right there with you against the spread. He was 4-10.
Okay, D Moore probably experienced, picking these picks and all that.
You said the spread don't matter. What was he straight up?
So straight up, he was 9-5.
That's the opposite of yours.
Hey.
Dallas Morning News blogger John Owning last week 5 of 9, so he wasn't too far off from you. He was 5 of 9 against the spread, but he was 10-4 straight up. Kevin Sherrington, the Dallas Morning News, against the spread, Kevin was 9-5. Straight up, he was 12-2.
Like I said, man.
Damon Marks, one of the editors over at the Dallas Morning News, he was 7-7 against the spread, 10-4. Straight up on picks.
I ain't heard of 5 and 9 yet. No
Dana Larson of Fox Sports Southwest, she was 8-6 against the spread, 10-4 overall.
I don't like this road we going down so far. I ain't liking this road.
She was killing it. Michael Gelkin, who asked a long question that somebody didn't like yesterday, and said, "Oh,
Mickey.
Who you talking about, my boy? My boy Spagnola? See,
Spags.
A true Mick shot." Michael Gelkin last week against the spread was 6-8. He was 11-5 straight up.
This road is getting bumpy right now.
Week. It sounded like it was an easy week.
That's all right, man.
Tim Kalishaw, 9-5 against the spread, 9-5 straight up. And Calvin Watkins, who was riding me about your picks, was 8-6 against the spread, 10-4 straight up.
You didn't even sniff.
It was rough.
I think, guys, Danny needs to do next week.
Now, you know what? Now, like I said, Church, you and David Moore were dead last against the spread at 4-10, so you got company there, okay? And when you talked about how, hey, man, I'm all about the straight-up picks, everybody else won 9 games minimum, at least 9.
No.
You're the only one who not only you didn't go far, you had a losing record. You had 357 winning percentage straight up. You were 5-9, dude. I mean, everybody else 9-5 was the lowest. Everybody else was 10-6, 12-2, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4.
So what you tell? So this never happened. This never happened in picking predictions ever. This has never had. I had the worst record ever impossible.
But you're the one who likes to walk around saying
I am. Nostradamus had an off week. I had a lot of things going on.
Nostradamus needs a second chance.
He's 0-1 already this week. You're talking about second chance.
I need a second chance, and it'll happen.
You got your second chance. NFC East champions. That's what
and I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take it and run with it.
And
it's gonna happen.
Last night
to the grave.
So last night we picked the Carolina-Atlanta game between us. We didn't do it on the air, but I picked Carolina to win, and I picked Atlanta against the spread. So I'm 1-1 on.
We didn't know Teddy was gonna get put out the game. Did you see how they came to Teddy's defense once he got knocked?
So what you? What you trying to say, D-Mac?
Teddy got hit the same way Andy Dalton got hit.
And what happened?
I'm talking about a scrum.
It was a scrum,
but they was about to get. So
are you saying that's what the O-line should have done?
Absolutely. You got to show that film. You got to show that film.
All right.
And you say, hey man, hey, listen, I don't care what happens to y'all. All right, you go protect your quarterback. Show DiNucci, since he's starting 100% on Newy's end, that we got your back. I watched the game and I was like, oh, that's how it's supposed to look.
You know how they're going to show him they have his back? They're going to protect him. They're going to keep him clean. It's going to be a clean pocket for DiNucci. He's going to get this dub, man.
Andy didn't get knocked out the game because his pocket wasn't clean.
He took off. His pocket was clean. He took off. That was a business decision on his part. All right, that was on his.
Yeah, he got a dirty
DiNucci,
hit.
Get out of bounds if you need to. You know, you gotta get out.
Well, 21 miles per hour, he should be able to make it.
He can skate. If he's 21 miles an hour, you skating around some cats. And it could happen. Yeah, Newy, you looking at me like, man, Church, you are talking crazy right now. But
You was 5-9. Everything you say is crazy. As a matter of fact,
I
whatever
gotta
you
ride
pick,
with my boys.
remember
though.
how you felt about Stephen A. and you picked Miami in 6? That's how I feel about Church. You put your picks out there.
Unlike
and I'm gonna pick the opposite.
Unlike Newy, I'm not gonna try to switch up and try to, I didn't pick that. That didn't happen. No,
You already switched up.
I ain't switch up. What you talking about? I'm with the boys.
Bro, you was against the Kool-Aid. We was against the Kool-Aid 2 weeks ago, and you switched up now. You a Kool-Aid drinker.
I'm a Kool-Aid drinker because I still feel like we have a chance to win the NFC East.
All right, let's take a break. On the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. And let's just go ahead and get into the pick. I've already made my pick.
Okay.
Already made my pick and put it on out there. It's on video already.
Okay.
Check it out on Twitter, Newy Scruggs. And let's get these picks and just get them on out the way here. Let's just go right there.
Let's go straight to the game, man. What we think going to happen. Nostradamus going to let everybody know what exactly is going to happen Sunday
your
night.
pick and how
time.
they're going to get it done. Barry Church, Danny McCray, I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge.
Make sure y'all pay attention to Danny's as well. All right.
This is DallasCowboys.com.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team.
Get yours today at shop.dallascowboys.com or at stetson.com.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
Right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down, based on GWS One score September 2019.
To Dallas's frontline responders, thank you. To show its gratitude, Tide is offering free laundry services in Dallas to the families of frontline responders. Simply bring your laundry and your identification to Tide Cleaners, and they will wash it within 2 days. One thing less for you to worry about. While you take care of us all, Tide will take care of the laundry for the families of frontline responders. To learn more and find a location near you, visit hope.tidecleaners.com.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Unified welterweight world champion Errol Spence Jr., The Truth, will duel two-time division champion Danny Swift Garcia in a blockbuster main event on Saturday, December 5th at AT&T Stadium. Get your tickets now before they sell out at SeatGeek.com. It's a nice Friday afternoon.
It's beautiful.
We took the show on the road. We hadn't seen each other. When was the last time we saw each other before yesterday we did the show out here?
Probably
February, maybe?
No, we wasn't even doing the show in February.
Yeah.
Probably it was 2019.
January, yeah. Nah, December, yeah. Oh,
2019.
man. Jeez.
2019.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So thanks to the folks over at Funtown RV, right here with the tailgate they put on for us, that we got to see each other. Socially distanced. We're all, got tailgate between. I know you're trying to take this cooler home, aren't you, Danny?
You're right. I got my mask. I'm trying. As a matter of fact, at Funtown, if I can get this RV, y'all let me know, man. I got somewhere to park it. Man.
So what do you? So really, what are you gonna? Every day, Everson Walls is left with free stuff. Nate got some free stuff. I guess he got a pair of drawers, and so Nate walked out with that. Like, where am I doing that?
He kept talking about that
until he. So what? So you gonna walk away with
There's
this?
one show on here, man. You know what I'm saying? They got Wingstop, You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get Hotels.com. Like, I just need something. I want a bag full of goodies.
Well, you had Wingstop today.
I just ate.
I
already ate. No.
You got Tiff's treats. You got the gumbo that I got you.
First of all, it's 65 degrees outside. That stuff been out there for an hour. I don't want that.
Brought to you by Hotels.com.
I want some hot wings. Well, give me a hotel.
Well, Church takes advantage of that. He's off every other week.
Hey, I'm always. They give me the grace. They give me the greatest rooms too. At the best rates. Hotels.com, man. Stay with it, baby. I'm telling you.
Hey, back in the day, man, they used to have this lady that used to be on TV. You watch it late at night. The commercial would come on. Her name was Miss Cleo. Miss Cleo used to come on, and I think something happened to where they found out she was a straight up fraud, and we hadn't heard from her.
And then Dionne Warwick took a spot. Dionne Warwick took a spot.
And I'm actually starting to see the male version of the Miss Cleo.
Man, here we go.
Based off what's happening with, I'm just saying. We
go.
headed that way.
I have one bad week. And we gonna already write the script off.
It was more than bad. Yours was New York Jets bad.
Now you calling me the Jets?
It was New York Jets bad.
The type of disrespect we doing on this show right now.
Well, okay, it was Cowboys bad. Cowboys bad.
So let's get straight to the picks here.
All right, let's do it.
I'll go first. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I already made my pick at NBCDFW.com. I put up on the Twitter page, on my Facebook page, Newy Scruggs Sports, so you can like me over there. 32-10. I said Philadelphia, 32-10. And this is just a really tough spot to bring in a offensive line that, once again, is going through another combination of players, a rookie quarterback, and a running back who's probably started off the worst of his career. I think we can say that this is the worst Zeke Elliott to start off his career.
Yeah.
And we're an offense that hasn't helped the defense because they turned the football over. We haven't seen the improvement yet, and I've said it before. Until I see them play better, it's hard for me to pick them. The Eagles are a 9.5-point favorites. 9 yesterday. I have seen it as high as 9.5. And based off what I've seen against Washington, I can't pick Dallas. And I look at that game that the Eagles played against Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
They were close.
Not only are they close, but these were games in which the Eagles were down.
Yeah.
They were down double digits in both of them and then stormed back at the end. And despite having the same kind of injuries that Dallas has had, they've continued to fight. And I wonder as well, and this is something we talked a little bit about earlier in COVID, how teams would perform that had some type of, that they already knew the coaches. Everybody knew what they were doing. And I still think that the Cowboys are trying to learn defensively how they need to play. I mean, they're still trying to get this thing correct. And this is a tough week to try and get things correct when you have a rookie like Ben DiNucci out there and a veteran defensive coordinator like Jim Schwartz, who's won a Super Bowl, is going to bring the house. So that's my pick.
I got 30-14. I think that we either going to score a touchdown defensively or on special teams this week. I think that we'll get one of those, and that'll be 7 of our points. But, I don't think that we'll be able to stop them. And it would be worse, me being negative. It would be worse. But Deshaun Jackson is out and Miles Sanders is out. So somehow it seems like we always come up and we get lucky, and somebody on impact player on the other team ends up not playing, and it saves us.
Jalen Reagor is going to play in this game. The first-round draft pick, the kid out of TCU, who was basically the Deshaun Jackson 2.0. Mm-hmm. That's why I thought they would cut Deshaun Jackson.
Still in for 2 years now.
Yeah. And then he had that comment that he made in the offseason. Mm-hmm. You're like, whoa. You can't say stuff like this. And your owner and general manager are both Jewish. I don't think you need to be making them kind of comments, man.
That was a bad
So
look.
I was surprised that he stayed. But
they kept Riley Cooper.
And they paid Riley Cooper.
Let's not.
They paid him after. They didn't only keep him; they paid him afterwards.
They were up against.
That was a part of the conversation.
It
was very much a part of the conversation.
Exactly.
But he's not going to be playing. But Jalen Reagor coming back. So Jalen Reagor coming back and Travis Fulgham. So those are obviously some weapons, and the Cowboys have got to figure out how they're going to defend them. That's another question. How do the Cowboys defend these guys, especially when now you got a speed merchant and get down the field here? How do you what kind of coverage do you play? And, by the way, they haven't stopped the run. Cowboys give it 172 yards on the ground. And I don't care that Philadelphia's not going to have Sanders back there.
Scott is nice.
You can't sleep on Scott. You can't sleep on Scott.
You talk about a mismatch on linebackers?
Ooh, we saw what happened when our linebackers.
You talk about mismatch on linebackers? Yeah. I'm seeing some angle routes. I'm seeing a lineup at number 1. I'm seeing a lot of stuff out of Bart Scott.
So Boston.
Boston Scott, my bad.
Bart's the old linebacker.
Bart Scott.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. My bad.
A great guy, by the way. If you never met Bart, that's a guy you want to hang out with. He's a good dude. He used to do radio with Bart, man. Great guy.
All right, man. So is it no Sir Jamas? Is it time for me to go ahead and get these picks?
Hold on. Let me make sure I get it right.
Make sure you get your handy dandy notebook out, get your blue pen, all that stuff, and get ready. Man, as much as I don't want to say it, man, I got Philly in this one. I got Philly taking this one. And, as much as I want to bet with my heart and say, the boys and DiNucci, they going to figure something out, I just don't think that this is the game that is going to happen. I mean, like you said, Newy, Philly, they've been dealing with the same type of injuries as far as offensive line, as far as skill position, as the Cowboys have had to deal with. But the major difference and the major variable is they were still able to keep their quarterback, and they still have that same system, that same coaching system that they had last year. So for me, Wentz, I just think, he's been playing. He hasn't been playing great. He has turned the ball over, but there's been laws out there. There's been stretches where he's looked unbelievable with the talent he's had. Yeah, he'll give you a ball, but he'll also fight, and he'll also fight you to the end. So for me, the Cowboys, I mean, they got to play a perfect game to get this win. They got to protect DiNucci. DiNucci got to go out there and play turnover-free ball. We got to see the Zeke Elliott of 2016. Our defense is going to have to try to take the ball away, which we haven't been able to do all year. And that's just a little bit too much to overcome for these Cowboys. I hope and pray that I'm wrong on this one, that the boys end up doing something and stealing the victory. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout, because there's stretches in games where Philadelphia will go and turn the ball over, won't run, they won't stop anything. So I don't think it's a blowout. I think Philly takes this game 24-17. But, it hurts me to say it, but I got to go with Philly on this one.
Hold on, stop the press. Hold on. Because if this is the case, you have to explain to me the route to the NFC East Championship. We don't beat Philly. We still got to play Baltimore. We still got to play Pittsburgh. We got to play Philly again. We got to play Washington, who just pretty much blew us out. Tell me the
San
route.
Francisco.
Tell me the route if we lose this game to Philly.
We're going to have to steal one. I wouldn't be betting. If Dalton was in there, I'd be betting with the boys right now. But DiNucci, I just think it's a little bit too much for him to overcome. He's only had a week of practice. It's just too much. So I'm going to have to go with Philly on this one. But the route to the NFC East, we're going to have to steal one. We're going to have to steal one, and we're going to have to just basically sweep the rest of the games that we have against the NFC East, and we're going to have to steal one. Where that comes.
And you got to hope that Philly loses.
That ain't. I ain't worried about Philly running. I ain't worried about Philly running away with anything.
I mean, they already played. They already played the tough games. They played the tough games already. So the games that they already lost, we still have to play.
So we just gonna write off Philly just winning the rest of these games?
No, not the rest of them. I'm saying we still have some games.
Yeah,
we almost for sure to lose.
We're gonna have to steal one, and we're gonna have to hope on something else. I didn't want it to get to this point. I didn't want it to get to this point, but we're going to have to hope on something else because of this. But I'm telling you.
You got Obama over here. Why don't you just take away Barry Obama's picture, just put Barry hope.
Hey, listen.
Look, my man it's better than just throw the whole season away. All right? It's better than that.
The NFC East in the game that they really need to win.
This is the only caveat. Didn't I say last week the caveat was if Ben DiNucci's out there, I gotta have something.
The strategy's hope. That's it.
It's better than throwing the whole season away. It's better than throwing the whole season away. So you said
we're going to be 3-1 after this? You talking about we're going to win the NFC?
We're going to be if.
Andy Dalton will be playing after this week.
And I think the Cowboys got a better chance when he's in there.
So whatever, we lose this week, and then as long as Andy Dalton comes back next week,
we're going to steal one.
No, now we have to. We are, because you said they're going to win. Okay, all right, cool.
We're going to steal one.
Mr. Cleo over here.
We're going to have to steal one.
I cannot wait. You know what? I'm not going to say nothing else this week.
Don't say nothing. Just remember, because what you say is going to come back. I end up being right. It's going to come back.
It is being recorded.
I'm standing on mine.
You see, Newy got his handy dandy notebook over there.
He was 5-9 last week.
One time.
Standing on that.
One time.
One of the things that the Cowboys defense is going to have to do, besides just stop the run, to me that's number one above everything. You got to stop the run, and also be wary of Wentz, because Wentz does make a lot of plays using his legs. They've got to get guys off the field on third down. I was just checking the statistics here. Dallas is 27th in the league.
That ain't going to cut it.
And on fourth down, they're worse. They're 28th. So one thing I can see Doug Peterson doing is, going for a lot of fourth downs here, and the belief on third down that they can convert it. And we saw Kyle Allen last week running for first downs. We saw Matt Ryan running for first downs. And Carson Wentz is a better athlete and a better runner. So this is going to be another interesting thing of what do they do from a linebacking standpoint. And we're hoping that Sean Lee, I expect Sean Lee to play.
Oh, yeah.
Mike McCarthy didn't say it, and I don't think they asked him on Jerry's show because Jerry would have told us.
Yeah.
But Sean Lee being out there is going to be a help, but just somebody's going to have to be wary on third downs of Carson Wentz getting out.
We're going to have to heat up this Philly offense early and often. We're going to have to we can't let them go and have third and manageables. We can't have 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 5s. They're going to have to be in 3rd and 10 pluses. We're going to have to get Carson Wentz back there and throwing the ball because, like you said, he'll throw you one, but we just can't give him these 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 6s that we've been doing this past season.
I don't know how comfortable I feel with our coverage running blitz. But let's be. I'm gonna be positive again. I'm gonna give us a path to victory. All right. We talked about the offense and what they need to do. They need to get some confidence in the DiNucci. Start them off with some basic hitch routes, out routes. Get Zeke started. On defense, we need to be disciplined. We need to. I say we need to run some games on the defensive line, and we need to run some basic coverage. We need to run some cover one. You can run a zone blitz every once in a while, but do some stuff to where you make them you bend but don't break. Right? If it's long drives, but you holding the field goals, that's perfect. Do not try to sell out and then get beat for a 90-yard touchdown and have us down by 14 points.
So that sounds like a lot of third and manageables, man.
Yes, do it.
You gotta. I think you gotta heat. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I just think you gotta heat him up, man. Yeah. You gotta get him off his rocker. Like you gotta confuse him. You gotta do something to him.
Hello, who have we heated up?
We haven't, but this is what we got to do. Like we're at the point right now where we just can't throw a defense out there and be like, all right, we good. We're gonna have to do something.
It really has to be the week that we've done stuff that we have not done all year. Even from the beginning when Dak was playing, we got to heat him up. We got to play coverage. We got to get some pass rush on him. We got to run the ball.
I mean, it's just things we got to do.
I'm saying all this stuff has to get done for us to win. But that is the route to winning. We have to be super disciplined, and we also this is huge. We have to make some type of difference on special teams in a positive manner.
I can see that.
You have to make a play on special teams. You have to get the team amped up. It's nothing like one of those miscellaneous scores. Nothing like that.
I think they've been scared from them fakes.
Right out of the gate, they've got to do what they did on the first Sunday Night Football game when they played the Rams. Can't have any turnovers.
Yeah, they played turnover-free ball.
Cannot have any turnover. Since that game, the Cowboys have turned the ball over at least twice every game.
And we were in that game. We were in that game to the very end.
So to me, that's we can talk all these different things, but ultimately, if the Cowboys are giving away the football on offense and putting the defense in, where Philly's 10 yards away from the red zone, it's going to be hard to win like that. Yeah. And they've got to try and get one of these balls that Carson Wentz seemingly every week tries to give away. They've got to go and get some of those. But the turnover game has got to be where the Cowboys, first off, win.
Can we win? Can we win time of possession also?
No.
Dallas won time of possession last week, but once you –
it's the takeaways.
When you're giving the ball away and you
it don't really matter.
Making it real easy that Washington's got a nice, quick, short field. And Jerry Jones talked about it on his radio show. Too many times and people are mad at the defense, but too many times the offense has put the defense in some bad position.
Yeah, that's true.
But doesn't that play into time of possession? Like you win the time of possession, but they had short fields, so they was scoring. You know what I'm saying? They didn't need to have the ball that long. So stats like that stat can fool you depending on where the offense starts.
But that was just the first time they'd won time of possession. And I can't remember
and
how
unfortunately,
long.
It was because I don't see us winning time of possession. I think we're gonna have to make some splash plays.
And so you're hoping maybe this week things can turn around for the Cowboys to at least just play better. But we'll see.
That's the main thing. If we can just get better tape out there. Just get some better tape out there. Man.
Okay, so we've made our picks here. Church has Philly winning 24-17, which means, by the way, that the Cowboys are going to cover. Okay, you got them covered.
Yeah, I got them covering. Since we're doing spread and all that good stuff, I got them covering.
McCray, you got the Cowboys 30-14 losing to Philly. I've got the Cowboys losing 32-10 to Philly. So we both are saying that the Philly's also going to cover the spread. So, hey, look, it was fun to be out here today at the Tostitos Championship Plaza here at Ford Center. I want to thank the folks over here at Funtown RV for the tailgate and all the folks who came out here and gave us some good food. Fellas, we'll text each other during the game as always on Sunday.
Yes, indeedy.
And it'll be a long night for me since the game is on
Same
Channel
here.
5,
I'll be in the post game. I probably won't get home till around 12 something.
I'll be hanging out. Listening to y'all talking and laughing because Nostradamus over here is actually not. You picked Philly, so I'm good. I won't be laughing at you. You're right this week.
But if the Cowboys do win, it's going down on Monday. I don't care.
You were still wrong.
I don't care. It's going down on Monday.
Well, pick them then.
I don't care. It's going down on Monday. I don't care. We got. See, it's time to go. CB says the show is run. We got to get him out of here.
Heckma Harrison went out there and picked Philly.
You got to go pick his kids up.
Say it with your chest, like Heck.
Hey, got to go. Time to go. We're brought to you by Hotels.com. However, Newy ends the show. That's how we're going to do it today. Fun Town RV. Everything, baby. It was a great show. Welcome to the Players Lounge, and the Players Lounge, however we're going to do it.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.